Hey guys, so last weekend my husband and I went and saw the premiere of the Scorch Trials, which is the second Maze Runner movie, and so I figured I would share my thoughts on it with you. Okay, so this is one of those situations where you kind of have to not compare the movie and the book together. Like basically, the movie and the book just happen to share the same title. You can't compare the two because if you compare the two, then the movie really sucked. But it didn't, in my opinion, because I tried to keep an open mind. I guess I actually knew going into it that it was going to be like really different. So I was just trying to see this as a movie and not a book to film adaptation. Obviously, for someone who's going to compare the two, there were like too many differences to even like keep track. Like for instance, I read the book a long time ago, so maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that this is how it went. But in the book, the Scorch was just part of the trials. Like they didn't escape from the facility. It was like way more people from the maze that got out. There were several other like trials that they went through, like the whole thing that happened underground with those like giant bubbles or that stuff that like dripped down on them or whatever and was like eating their heads off and stuff. And there was like the whole thing with the big giant weird monsters at the end and just all this stuff. And then there was the whole thing where Teresa wasn't even with the guys, she was with the girls. And so I mean, there even just that by itself, like that's pretty much what the whole book was about. And the movie was completely different in that aspect because Thomas and the main gladers like Minho and Newt and Winston and Frypan and then Eris and then Teresa, like they all were out there together and they escaped the place, but that's not how it happened in the book. So that's probably the biggest difference, is that the entire like plot of the movie was like different than the plot of the book. Other than that, like Jorge and Brenda's characters weren't the same, because in the movie they were more like rebels against Wicked, and in the book they were part of Wicked. And then I don't know, it was weird. And then like the whole maze with all the girls in it wasn't even really part of it, except for the two girls at the end that were like in the rebel camp. And the freaking cranks, they're not supposed to be zombies, they're supposed to be people that are crazy, like cannibalistic people. Okay, so maybe their faces are falling off or whatever, but they're not zombies like in the movie. Like these were like legit really creepy undead zombies. Like they were dead. They were undead. So there were zombies in this movie and there were not zombies in the book. And that was also kind of annoying because I was just waiting for the point where that one crank talks about how Rose got his nose, because that was funny but also really creepy in the book, and I wanted to see that on film. So there's that. One of my favorite scenes though in the movie was probably the one with Thomas and Brenda, where they went looking for Marcus and they ended up going into like this crazy party and they got drunk because of the stuff that Marcus had them drink, and then they ended up sharing this like crazy drug-induced blurry kiss, and then he imagined that it was actually Teresa that he was kissing, and then he sees all of his friends like are zombies and everything. I actually really liked that scene, and for the most part, I mean, it kind of was similar to the one in the actual book. Like I think that was one of the few scenes that they actually took from the book. But I don't know, I really like that. I really like the music. I've been like trying to find the music to that scene, but I can't find like that version of it, and it makes me really sad because it's really cool music and it goes really well with the scene and everything, and it definitely gave it the right feel. But yeah, I really liked the movie. I like it when I don't compare it to the book because it is so completely different. So like I said, I kind of had to keep the two separate in my mind, and I really actually would love to go see it again. I won't make my husband go see it again because he didn't really like it that much, but then again, he is a bit of a movie snob, and so there's that. So yeah, those were just a few of my thoughts on the movie. I want to hear your thoughts on the movie too, if you have gone and seen it. And if you haven't gone and seen it, and you watched this video, then I'm sorry if I spoiled anything for you. But only kind of, because you're the one that pushed the play button, so there's that. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye!